How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the Streamlight Sidewinder Compact. This is the second generation. This is one of my favorite flashlight. This one I mostly use in this configuration, but I really wanted to share with you. It is not the best out there in the market. It's probably not the lightest one at this point, but this one is very common in the US Armed Forces. A lot of people were trained using this one during basic training. When they're sitting, I know they're going to have some nostalgic feeling about this one. They are very tough, they're very lightweight. They're also well known in the prepper community all over the United States. The law enforcement has seen them wearing those in their vest. They just clip in whenever they have any MOLLE attachment, and it's very comfortable to keep all over. Hunters, they also use them when they're reading their map, their GPS equipment, or they need something just to light it up in their camping, so they can get themselves oriented when setting their tents or setting the fire. As civilians, we all get obsessed with the marketing. There is a lot of marketing by all the flashlight manufacturers, by all the night vision manufacturers. They all try to push 600 lumens, 1000 lumens, 2000 lumens, and whatever it is. And something you also have to consider is how long it's gonna be the flashlight available to you, on how fast it's gonna drain your battery. The Streamlight Sidewinder, the compact, this generation, is really well known by its users because it lasts a long time. So you have plenty of time to figure out what's gonna be your next plan. I have 3 of them. I have this one, I have another one on my car, my traveling kit, whatever, and I got this new one from my wife. It's gonna be in her car. So this is one of my favorite companion whenever I'm gonna be traveling overseas, visiting relative, or whenever it's a power blackout in Florida during the hurricane season. I'm not talking about any Red Dawn fantasies. I'm not talking about any invasion. I'm not talking about any civil war. I have a lot of relatives and friends that I still love. They are on my opposite political party. I just wouldn't engage against them. They're just Americans. That's just me. That's how I roll. The unboxing from the factory, this is what you're gonna be receiving. There are 2 versions of them. One comes in a cardboard. I got this one. I don't even know which one, the difference between one and the other. On the top, it's gonna have the attachment for your helmet, military helmet, so you can rotate and you can see your map, you can see your rule of engagement, you can see your procedures for picking up, your landing zone, your pickup zone. So with the red light, so you won't compromise your position to the naked eyes. In the middle, you're gonna have the light itself. We're gonna go a few minutes to details onto it. And on the bottom, you're gonna have a free Streamline CR123 lithium batteries. If you get the lithium battery, you're gonna have a better output versus the alkaline battery. And on the back, you're gonna have the head strap. This is pretty much the configuration I use all the time. This is the one of the one I had used and abused. The other one, the strap was so old, it went bad. I don't know if I'm trying to find out where I can get a replacement strap, because strap just fell in water and it was there for over an hour. And even though it kept working, the strap is not good anymore. But that shows an accident that I have. The specification on this one, the weight, if you follow my channel, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I like to work out, I like to have a good barbecue, I like to have a good time, and I will always try to avoid getting fatigued by using a heavy equipment. To the point, it's gonna be only 3.3 ounces. It's really, really lightweight. It's not gonna give you a headache. It's not gonna be bouncing all over. Once you attach it to the plastic that comes in the strap, this is just a spring clip. You press it out. It's not easy to come out, so you don't have to worry about that. Whenever you have a MOLLE attachment, your vest, your rig, your backpack with MOLLE, you can just attach this one, and then you can tilt it 185 degrees. This is my configuration. I'm not gonna be monkeying around too much with this one. This is what works for me. You can do as you wish. Well, the battery is gonna be the either CR123 lithium or the AA lithium batteries as well. You can run alkaline, but it's not gonna be the same output. The water resistant for this flashlight from the factory is gonna be IPX7. My boy, my little one, dropped this one with his water toys, and it was over there for over 1 hour, and it kept running. That's the one, the strap went bad. The light duration, when you run it at its maximum, it's gonna be 6 hours. At its minimum, it's gonna be 60 something hours. I don't forget the specification, but you can just Google them. The temperature that is one is gonna be rated. It's gonna be from -40 Fahrenheit to 140 Fahrenheit. That's why it is well known among military forces, because they can train in South Africa, they can train in Nevada with the desert, they can go to Alaska, and it's not gonna crack, it's not gonna yield. You know, you can count on this one. It will endure abrupt changes in weather. The spring steel on the back, that's how you're gonna be able to attach it to the molly. It's not rocket science, it's just very, very simple. I've seen a lot of soldiers, they have it on their chest. Some people, they have it on their helmet. It's just, you do yourself. The light colors that is gonna come is gonna be the red one. That's when you're reading your map without affecting your natural night vision capability or compromising your position to the visible naked eye. That's pretty much a military use. You have the blue, that's for signaling when you have a landing zone and pickup zone. If you do not signal back the right color, it's a compromise, and they're gonna have to do all other standard procedures, communication, go blah, 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 blah. But that's pretty much a military use. The one I use the most as a civilian, it's gonna be the light, which is gonna be this function. You're gonna press over here, one on, one off. This is the one I used and abused during a blackout, replacing the batteries, checking the oil at nighttime in the middle of nothing. There is no way you can turn it accidentally off. You actually have to exert a certain amount of pressure. And the infrared, obviously, you're gonna see the tip over here. If you rotate the knob, that's when you know you're gonna be using the infrared function. It's gonna be the opposite from white light, blue and red. It is very common for people to let it on to alternate, and then when it goes red, it goes infrared, and now it's still on. When you come back, you drain your battery. I've done it myself. Don't feel guilty, don't feel special. I'm part of it. There you go. For operating your flashlight, you're gonna open this over here, you're gonna rotate it just like a regular water container. You're gonna insert your battery, whichever you prefer. You get better output with the chubby tiny ones, CR123. Make sure you stick to lithium, you're just gonna have a better output. Once you close it, you're gonna press 1 for on, 2 for off. You press it twice. You're gonna have a flashing, that's for signaling when you're in the middle of the road, when you're gonna tell people, hey, I'm coming home and I have a flash, or you need to let people where you're out, you need to be found. If you need to switch light, you're gonna pull the knob and you're gonna rotate it. You're gonna go red. Obviously, you don't wanna keep it flash. You wanna keep it steady so you can keep your visual. And then make sure the arrow or the surface protruding is gonna be infrared. If you let it like this, you're gonna be just like this guy. I have drained a lot of batteries because I left it like this and I didn't realize it was still on. It is very common. I've done it myself. If you wanna increase the level, the lumen amount output, you're gonna press it and you're gonna let it go, and you're gonna see how it's gonna increase or decrease till you get to your desired level. I pretty much tend to run in lowest lumen as possible just to extend its battery life. But that's just me. You're gonna be depending on your illumination necessity, depending on your environment. I make sure I keep one on my traveling kit. This is part of my companion. Whenever I go any camping area, whenever I go to a new area, when I go Airbnb, when I go out of state or something, I keep this one with me. You will never be stopped because you have a flashlight in your airplane package. When you need to replace a flat tire, this is something that is gonna be very handy if you're gonna do any simple mechanic job and you need to take a look. We all tend to buy all the time for the 350 lumen. That's good for a rifle, that's good for a pistol, but that's just for a head flashlight. That's gonna be way too much lumen, that's gonna flash your eye. And to be honest, one of the main concerns that I purchased this one because it is kind of anti-hygienic. I'm notorious for, I've used this one on my mouth when you have to flash something. This is with me all the time. I also reviewed this one on my channel and I used it and abused it. That's why it's so scratch. But at some point when you have that one on your head, you can hold a firearm in your hand. You can just do other things depending on the level of threat that you might be facing. And you don't have to be drawing attention. You can hold a baby with your hand. You can just, depending, you can fix something in your car. You're just gonna have your hands available for all kind of necessities. You're just gonna be hands-free, just to put it simple. For those reasons previously mentioned, I would highly recommend the Streamlight Sidewinder. This is the compact version 2. It is not the best out there on the market, but it's something that I'm really used for years and years and years. This is my third version, my third of them. I only seen them in khaki color, haven't seen them in black or olive green. I would love to see those in the future. As always, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please post them on the bottom. I will be more than glad to help you. You'll have a wonderful day and God bless you all.